Hello everyone, we're back again here looking at Charles Larkin's book. We've made it up to the page called The 6 Days of Creation, of Recreation. And I bring this out because just to point out how serious the Lord is with his 7-day plan. You know, everything, seems like as far as the Lord's plan is centered around these 7 days, everything. I mean, there's 7 years here. There's 7 times 7 for the Jubilees. I mean, there's a lot of sevens going on, and they seem to be intentional. Now, this may be a little stretch, but we're gonna look at this. This being God's the 6 days of recreation. It's talking about the earth. But let's see if everything always fits in a 7-day plan. Let's see how the recreation of the earth fits into his plan. Right, and just bear with me for a minute. So that would mean here in this the first day, the first day. This would be when Adam was created, right here. Right. And you say, well, whoa, this is talking about the creation of the earth. This is that formless and void place. Yeah, it is. And then it's going to start to take shape when we get the firmament over here, and it's going to start to do this. We'll start to see lights over here, and then we start to see the creation of man. Just bear with me. Come back over here for a second. Over here is where Adam is created on day 1. That's when the earth will start to be reformed. Now, during this day 1 period, all this going on. Abel gets killed, Cain goes down, starts his own community, fallen angels come down and mate with the women, create these giants. Giants start eating people. All kinds of stuff is going on over in this world until finally the Lord comes back after 1,000 years. He has Enoch. Okay? So all this is going on. The fallen angels, all of this stuff is going on. Then you have Enoch that's born here. Now Enoch is born, or is right around during the time of the fallen angels too. So they say, but this is the time when we start to gain wisdom, as far as Enoch being the first one who started the right. Okay. Now, and so that would be Enoch's period here, and that is when the firmament is formed here. Genesis 1:6-8 is when the firmament is formed. I hope I'm not confusing everybody. But over here, the third day, or 3,000 years, according to here, this is when you had the land reappears and vegetation reappears. So this is when the earth starts to get its vegetation and, things on the earth suitable for animals and people to eat. Well, sure, this happened before Adam was created, but, if I'm looking at it from this perspective, this would have been when Abraham was put on the earth. And you remember some of the stories of Abraham coming out of the book of Jubilees and Joshua and all of that. He had a lot to do with man's ability to cultivate the earth. He invented some tools that allowed them to actually take advantage of the ground and actually grow a lot of food to help people. So that was in this area here. And say, okay, well, if that's true, then this would be the Solomon period here. This would be the Solomon period where it says the solar light's restored. And say, well, this is kind of where Solomon is gaining his wisdom, where the earth, where the nation is kind of taking form, and they are, they just built a huge temple. They solid now. They ain't moving around in the wilderness anymore. They're solid now. They're not really nomadic people like they were over in this front. Right? So now, then in the 5th day, you have the creation of the fish and the fowl, and of course this would have been when Jesus came over here. This would have been the birth of Christ right here, and this is when we get the fish, the fowl, and everything born on that day. And you say, well, I kind of straight. I mean, I apologize this one. But then over here, you have this would have been the beginning of the Dark Ages. This 1,000-year period in here would have been the Dark Ages. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's when it started at 1,000 A.D. It ended at 2,000 A.D. And then after this period, in that period, that's when man is really allowed to flourish as far as the number of people born on the planet. So that's where we get the birth of man from. And that's where I get the birth of man from, as far as all this area related to where we're at now is because of so many people being born during this time period. So it's a lot, 7.2 billion people on the planet right now. And of course, this ends here with the tribulation period and the age of rest. All right. I hope I didn't confuse everybody. Jesus Lord.